All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 108th Indian Science Congress this morning. President Droupadi Murmu to be on a two-day visit to Rajasthan from today. Centre constitutes high-powered committee to discuss measures to protect Ladakh's unique culture, language and employment. India's manufacturing output rises to 13-month high in December. And in cricket, first T20 international of the three-match series between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Mumbai today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the 108th Indian Science Congress ISC through video conferencing this morning. It has been held at Rashtra Sant Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University in Maharashtra. The university is also celebrating its centenary this year. The focal theme of this year's Congress is Science and Technology for Sustainable Development with Women Empowerment. The participants will discuss and deliberate on ways to increase the number of women in higher echelons of teaching, research and industry, along with trying to find ways to provide women with equal access to science, technology, engineering, mathematics, education and economic participation. A special program showcasing the contribution of women in science and technology will also be held along with lectures by renowned women scientists. Several other programs have also been organized alongside ISC like Children's Science Congress, Farmers Science Congress and Tribal Science Congress. The first session of the Congress was held in 1914. President Droupadi Murmu will be on a two-day visit to Rajasthan from today. She will inaugurate Samvidhan Udyan at Raj Bhavan, Jaipur. More from a correspondent.
The President will also virtually inaugurate the transmission system for energy zones in Rajasthan and lay the foundation stone for 1000 megawatt Bikaner solar power project. She will interact with the members of tribal groups of the state at Raj Bhavan. The President will grace the launch of the national campaign on Rising India through Spiritual Empowerment organized by Brahma Kumaris at Mount Abu this evening. The President will grace the inauguration of 18th National Jamboree of Bharat Scouts and Guides at Rohat in Pali district tomorrow. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
Senior Lingayat Pontiff and famous seer Sri Siddheswar Swami passed away after prolonged illness. He breathed his last at Vijaypura Ashram in Karnataka yesterday. Paying his tributes to the seer, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, Param Pujya Siddheswar Swamiji will be remembered for his outstanding service to society. Mr. Modi said the Swamiji worked tirelessly for the betterment of others and was also respected for his scholarly zeal. He said in this hour of grief his thoughts are with countless devotees of Swamiji. India's manufacturing sector activity ended on a very positive note in 2022 with December reporting output level best seen since November 2021. The Purchasing Managers Index PMI average for the third quarter of the current fiscal year was the highest recorded in a year, posting 57.8 in December, up from 55.7 in November. The seasonally adjusted S&P Global India Manufacturing PMI signaled the strongest improvement in operating conditions since October 2020. The latest PMI data corroborates signs of robust economic activities signaled by other indicators like GST collections, which stood at 1.5 trillion rupees in December, the third highest level this fiscal, and robust auto fuel sales. The output of 8 core sector industries grew 5.4% on year in November, recovering from their worst performance in 20 months in the previous month. Indian Railways has registered an increase of 71% in total approximate earnings in passenger segment. Its revenue has increased during April to December 2022 to 48,913 crore rupees from over 28,500 crore rupees during the same period previous year. The revenue generated from reserved passenger segment during the period 1st April to 31st December 2022 saw an increase of 46%. The revenue generated from reserved passenger segment during the period registered an increase of 381%. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed delight as the country's digital payments have achieved a new milestone by doing 782 crore Unified Payments Interface UPI transactions in December 2022. The country did a total of 12.8 lakh crore rupees transactions through UPI mode in the last month. In his message, the Prime Minister also lauded fellow Indians for embracing digital payments. He appreciated the Indians for showing remarkable adaptability to tech and innovation. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Centre has constituted a high-powered committee, HPC, to discuss measures to protect Ladakh's unique culture, language and employment. The 17-member committee has been constituted under the chairmanship of Minister of State for Home Affairs, Nityananda Rai. Ladakh Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur, MP Jamyang Shering Namgyal, chairmen of Leh and Kargil Hill Councils among the members in the committee. It will discuss the protections to culture and language considering the geographical location and strategic importance of Ladakh. It will also discuss the protections to land and employment for the people, inclusive development, employment generation, and measures related to empowerment of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Councils, Leh and Kargil. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia reviewed air Suvidha system and RT-PCR testing facilities for international passengers at the Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi yesterday. He reviewed the RT-PCR testing mechanism and the Air Suvidha portal, which has started from the 1st of this month in view of the recent spike in cases of COVID-19 in some countries. Dr. Mandavia also visited the Airport Health Organization office and interacted with the officials. He stated that passengers arriving from 6 high-risk countries are now mandatorily required to upload the negative RT-PCR test reports in the Air Suvidha portal within 72 hours of undertaking the journey to India. These countries are China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore and Thailand. The travellers from other countries are being randomly tested at the airports upon their arrival in India. He said this has been done to ensure that genome sequencing of any positive case is promptly done to understand the strength and behaviour of any new variants. The minister directed officials to be fully geared up and urged people to follow COVID-appropriate behaviour and get vaccinated against COVID. International Monetary Fund IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva said the 3 big economies, the United States, Europe and China, are all slowing down simultaneously. For much of the global economy, 2023 is going to be a tough year as the main engines of global growth. In October, the IMF cut its outlook for global economic growth in 2023, reflecting the continuing drag from the war in Ukraine, as well as inflation pressures and the high interest rates engineered by central banks like the US Federal Reserve aimed at bringing those price pressures to heel. Since then, China has scrapped its zero-COVID policy and embarked on a chaotic reopening of its economy, though consumers there remain wary as coronavirus cases surge. Colombo-based Managing Director of Express Newspapers Kumar Nadesan has been selected to receive the coveted Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award. Kumar Nadesan serves as the chairperson of the Sri Lanka Press Institute and represents the Newspaper Society of Sri Lanka. In addition, he serves as a board director at the Press Complaints Commission of Sri Lanka. He has been selected for his work in community welfare. The 17th edition of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is scheduled to be held from the 8th to 10th of January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh. The Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Awards will be conferred by the President at the PBD convention in a valedictory session of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas celebrations. The Centre has released the draft online gaming rules. The online gaming companies will be covered under the new IT rules 2021 for social media platforms. The online gaming platforms are expected to comply with the laws of the land, including any such law that relates to gambling. The draft rule envisages that an online gaming intermediary will observe the due diligence required under the rules. It includes reasonable efforts to cause its users not to host, display, upload, publish, and share an online game not in conformity with Indian law. Briefing reporters on the proposed draft in New Delhi today, Union Minister of State for Electronics and IT Rajiv Chandrasekhar said the government job is to prescribe rules for the safe and trusted functioning of the Internet. He added that the intention is to ensure growth in the gaming sector. In Mexico, at least 10 guards and 4 inmates were killed in an armed attack at a prison in the northern border town Juarez on Sunday. Authorities said additionally nearly 24 inmates escaped and 13 others were injured following the chaos that erupted. At least 2 more people were killed following armed aggression elsewhere in the city. According to reports, the jailbreak was triggered when gunmen in armored vehicles opened fire and attacked a state prison in Ciudad Juarez. The death toll in the massive floods that devastated parts of Philippines over the Christmas weekend has climbed to 51. The National Disaster Response Agency said on Monday that 19 people are missing as affected residents struggle to get back on their feet. Photos on social media showed residents in Misamis Occidental province in northern Mindanao sweeping away thick mud from the floors of their homes. Many districts of Rajasthan are in the grip of cold wave. Normal life has been affected due to severe cold and fog. More from a correspondent.
The night temperature is being recorded below 4 degrees Celsius in many districts, including Sikar, Alwar, Churu and Chittorgarh. Minimum temperature was recorded 1.1 degrees Celsius in Sangaria of Hanumangarh district. The day temperature has also come down to 20 degrees in many districts. Road and rail traffic has been affected in some districts due to dense fog. The Met Department has issued an alert of cold wave in many districts for the next 3 to 4 days. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
Meanwhile, cold wave and foggy conditions remain in northern parts of the country. Talking to AIR, senior scientist in the India Met Department, R.K. Jenamani said, these conditions will prevail for a few days and advise people to drive with caution.
दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट में तो सेल ऑफ हो गए, बट बाकी जो एयरपोर्ट अमृतसर, जयपुर, कोलकाता, लखनऊ, वहाँ जीरो विजिबिलिटी है। पूरा पंजाब, हरियाणा, चंडीगढ़, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार और वेस्ट बंगाल है, ये एरिया में काफी कोहरा का चादर है, जिसके वजह से दिन का तापमान सीवियर कोल्ड रहेगा। जो नाइट का टेम्परेचर है वो पंजाब, हरियाणा और उत्तरी राजस्थान में प्रिवेल कर रहा है और इसीलिए एडवाइजरी हमारा टाइम टू टाइम जा रहा है। जो ड्राइविंग कर रहे हैं पंजाब से लेकर के बिहार और बंगाल तक अपना सेफ्टी एस्पेक्ट अपना है। ये फॉग 11 o'clock तक रहेगा। दिल्ली में जो तापमान है दिन का कोल्ड डे रहेगा, लेकिन रात का तापमान 7 डिग्री है।
In cricket, the first T20 international of the 3-match series between India and Sri Lanka will be played at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai today. The match will begin at 7 p.m. All-rounder Hardik Pandya has been named captain for the series as regular captain Rohit Sharma is not available due to injury. Veteran batsmen Virat Kohli and KL Rahul have not been selected. The second phase of the Sari festival Virasat, celebrating 75 hand-woven saris of India, will begin today in New Delhi. This phase, been organized by the Minister of Textiles, will start at 11 a.m. and will close at 8 p.m. on daily basis. The second phase, having 90 participants from different parts of the country, will bring participation of famous handcrafted varieties of saris. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Naresh Magu.
Thank you, Abhishek. Most newspapers have taken note of the Supreme Court upholding the demonetization decision in a 4-1 verdict. Supreme Court upholds legality of 2016 note ban decision. Read the lead in Hindustan Times. Prime Minister calls for widening scope of research on modern Indian history, reports the Statesman. New rules seek to bar online gaming firms from betting on outcome. Self-regulatory body mooted, states Business Line. On the Ukraine war, the Times of India writes, External Affairs Minister calls for return to talks and diplomacy. The Tribune quotes the International Monetary Fund as saying recession to hit 1/3 of world this year. RT-PCR test must for flyers transiting via China and 5 nations, reports the Pioneer. And finally, Indian coffee exports top 4 lakh tons in 2022 as instant coffee demand surges, reports Business Line. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Naresh. And now, before I end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 108th Indian Science Congress this morning. President Droupadi Murmu to be on a 2-day visit to Rajasthan from today. Centre constitutes high-powered committee to discuss measures to protect Ladakh's unique culture, language and employment. India's manufacturing output rises to 13-month high in December. And in cricket, first T20 international of the 3-match series between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Mumbai today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.